Thank you for coming on and enjoying my little sound breath session. I invite you to take a moment to return your awareness back to your body. I invite you to wiggle your fingers and your toes as it feels safe and comfortable and natural. Extend your hands up overhead, nice overhead stretch, reaching the energy past your fingers to touch the ceiling. To extend, fill the whole room, dropping your arms down about 60 degrees, thumbs facing up. I invite you to sit for a minute with your chest out, nice and proud, with your heart exposed and open. Yes, thank you. More, please. Yes, thank you. More, please. I love you, I love you, I love you. Every man is a genius, but if you judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree, it'll live its whole life thinking it's stupid. At the end of the day, we're all just walking each other home, so thank you for joining me on my walk home this morning, this day. I love you. If you enjoyed this energy and you would like it to continue, go check out my YouTube channel at Breathing Empowered. It's my username, all one word. There it is. Thank you. Put on a little bit of music. Hang out for a little bit. But that is my breathwork session. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right. Are we all? Please drink water. Yes, stay hydrated. Good breath work can be really detoxifying. Breathing empowerment will do. Great. Yes, please. Oh, good. Yay. If only you knew how many people have told me I need this in my life. Yes. You know what? Thank you. Thank you for showing up, trusting your soul's highest call. That's my job, is to trust you on your journey. I came from a place of a lot of stress, anxiety, and depression, and because of that, I discovered breathwork as a ways of coping with it. And then the rabbit hole of information that comes with that is just so incredible. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for joining me for the little session. It made me quite happy. This was an example of a more passive. We did a lot of box breathing tonight. Very grounding. Yeah. We have other sessions as well, other styles. Tell me about your tattoo. Okay. So this symbol is something that's in sacred geometry. All of my tattoos currently have to do with sacred geometry. I have oh my gosh, I have the same Michelangelo. Metatron's cube right here. I have a Fibonacci triangle with the spiral on my arm. This is actually Japanese. It's the Japanese symbol for hemp, I believe, but it's also a sacred geometry symbol. You can't see too terribly well. Boom. And then on top of it, I have the flower of life pattern, which is a representation of the divine feminine, because circles are considered feminine, where straight lines are masculine. And so on top of it, I have a 64-star tetrahedron, which is the masculine, the representation of divine masculine. And so I have those put together to, remind me how everything works. Oh, and my new tattoo, yes. So these are alchemical symbols, and they represent the different elements. And what's fun is that they read the same way, because it's a little symmetry in there. But so for you, this symbol would be earth, water, fire, and air. And then there, you can't really see, but there's a dot in the center that represents the still, neutral center. And I like that because it reminds me that people like to play opposites, that there are two opposites, and they pretend that there are two decisions. You can love or you can fear, the two polar opposites. But in the middle, there's a still point, a neutral center where you observe, and it's not apathy and it's not detachment, it's neutrality. That things get to be exactly what they are, and that's just as fine as it's ever been, And helping people access that neutral center does incredible things for relationships and your own personal well-being. My solar plexus and sacral chakra feel activated. It feels great. Good. Yeah, yes, please. Thank you. Thank you. One of my, if you're familiar with the Gene Key at all, my inherent gifts are strength, self-assurance, intimacy, and freedom. So those all combine to be an energy that I like to share with other people. Because when I'm in my physical sense, when I feel very confident, it's because I have a sense of strength and self-assurance, like that self-confidence, as well as, like, strength is so much more than what you can move. Physically, yes, but also mentally, metaphorically, like the things you're able to accomplish. I know that my intentions create, and I know that the intentions that I have, the energy behind my creations is all coming from this place of gratitude, love, acceptance, surrender, and in that there's a lot of strength that comes with it. How do you discover your gifts? It's beautiful, you know them. So I studied something called the Gene Keys. You can check out more information, thegenekeys.com. There's a free, you put in your information, you get a profile. And if you're interested in understanding it, there's a lot of great resources, but I definitely recommend buying the book because it explains it all. You can also listen to it on Audible. And then as you look at your chart that it gives you, you study them in that order, and it'll change your whole life. It's amazing. So, and there's a lot of good stuff in that. And there's a lot of free resources in it too, which is nice. I mean, everything I learned outside of buying the book, there's the whole living library is online, so you can go and just explore them, which is really fun. Yeah, it's really good. Thank you. Of course. Oh, my friends also. Over Halloween, we had a happenstance. Someone broke into my car and stole. I had a crystal bowl, my most expensive one, and that got stolen. And so I've created a fund, a singing bowl fund. If you click the link in my bio and then scroll down, there's singing bowl fund. If you want to support us in getting a new singing bowl, that'd be amazing. I have 2 jobs. I'm doing a lot. Trust me, this isn't just like a money grab. Um, but if you feel called to that, please, that support would be amazing. Just joined your YouTube. Yay! Good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I know. It's hard, but I've had a bowl break before. I had a $1,200 bowl break. This one was in the $600 range. Still devastating. But man, when she broke the big one, my heart, like a part of me just shattered. It was so hard. I never know, everything happens for a reason, and it's an opportunity to come together. So I don't view it as bad. It's just another thing we get to talk about, I guess. Anyway, so outside of that, my Halloween was amazing. And even with that included, all things included, I got to hang out with the people that I loved and do things that made me feel happy and supported, and I'm very grateful. So, there's that. They stole my... No, oh no. Exactly. That's kind of what it felt like when it happened. And it was interesting. I should have followed my intuition, because twice the night before I was like, oh, I should go bring up the stuff from the car, and I was like, oh no, it'll be fine, because I had another event. So I was like, oh, it'll be fine, and I was just being lazy. And then I went down in the morning, and our whole, like, everything in our glove box had been taken out, and the center thing was up, and my bag wasn't there. And I'm counting my blessings. There was another bag that had other sound equipment in it, and it looked like luggage, and so he just left it. Or they, sorry, I shouldn't decide it was a he, I guess. They left it. And so I'm feeling blessed. I'm grateful, and I'm able to hold space. I have a lot of good things. But yeah, that's what happened. Thank you. I try my hardest. And that's all you can ever do at the end of the day. People are so hard on themselves. There is no right way to experience life. There are variations, and there are shadows, and there are things, but let's not try to inherit our ancestors' fears of the unknown, because we're living in a completely different world than them. There's a whole new way to explore and connect that people have never had before, and I think the next war will really, we've gone through a lot of human rights issues, and now we're dealing with transgender issues and like sexual identity, and the war on consciousness, I think, is something that's been being waged, but removing all the fear. It's fine. We've been complicit in the situation. People have, but I think what people are really waking up to is the ability to explore your own consciousness, and that's why I like breath work, because it's a safe way to do that. It's a safe way to move and to process. Yeah. So there's that. What are my religious beliefs? I have many. I have many, and I believe them religiously. And I believe that truth as a hologram, as there's this story of mice running up an elephant, and a mouse runs up the tail and runs up the tail and it's like it's a rope, and then another mouse runs up the trunk and it's like it's a snake, and someone else runs up the leg and it's like it's a tree, and someone runs over the back and it's like it's a mountain, and they're all describing the same thing from a different perspective. And I think that's what religion is and what religion can do. I believe that as soon as you get tied up in what somebody else tells you to believe, it's just, you got to be cautious. In any capacity. I don't hold the right to tell anyone what to believe, because I hold that privilege sacred, because what you believe is the most influential thing in your life, because all of your behaviors, they come from some embedded belief. Our past is just a story we keep repeating to ourselves, and you can do it for as long as it serves you. Telling the story that my parents didn't raise me the way I wanted them to have raised me. They didn't love me the way I needed to be loved. It could be very true. But to decide that they don't love me because of that is also not true. They were loving me as best they could. They loved me the best they knew how. And I think religion different religions, you know, people are just trying to communicate sacred, incredible things the best they know how. And, you know, if you go to some really heightened psychological, psychedelic places, you know, you come back with imagery and things that's just so beyond words. And it's so hard to explain because it was something that you felt. Anyway, and it's something that's worth sharing, I think. It's true. Also true. You can switch your perspective. That's very fun. Yeah. Anyway, if I've missed any questions, I apologize. If you have a question, write it now, and I want to make sure that I answer anything. Thank you for your opinion on your religious beliefs. Yes, of course. That's why. Yeah. I was raised Christian, so I like to think of religions also as like a programming language. It's a way of communicating. It's like astrology. You don't have to believe in astrology, but if I understand astrology and I can communicate in astrology, then, you know, it's an effective programming language. And I think religions sometimes do that as well. There's this book that actually, if you want to understand my religious beliefs, I Am the Word by Paul Selig. I'm the Word by Paul Selig. I highly recommend this book. It absolutely changed my life. I went from very Mormon, Christian, religious, to completely atheist, agnostic, and neither of those fully resonated with me, but there was aspects in both that made sense, and I Am the Word helped me tie that together in ways that were experiential, and so I highly recommend that book. Yeah, thanks. I live in Utah too. I live in Layton, north of Salt Lake City. By the way, if you do live in Utah, please let me know, because I'm starting to do live events. So there's a breathwork thing happening at, there's this Pilates studio that I'm working with that has a breathwork thing happening, and then there's a collective in Ogden that wants to work with me, and we have some sound bath, breathwork live sessions planned, so... In Roy, oh, we're neighbors. That's amazing. Yes, please. Please, yes, reach out afterwards. You know, friend me and message me, and let's stay connected, because I can let you know at least when things are. Yeah. Sometimes it kind of doesn't make sense to post, like, silly local things on TikTok, or from my perspective, because I was like, people are all over the world. But yes, Utah. I was raised in Orem. That was where I grew up. That's fun. Okay, so, well, we're doing live events, so if you're interested, let me know, reach out to me, message me, and I can get you on the email list. I think there's also, if you click the link in my bio, I'm fairly certain I have a link for joining our email list as well. And I promise I won't spam your email, because I rarely send anything. But at least you'll be on the list. Everyone keeps telling me that's important, but I can share stuff that way as well. But anyway, funny stuff. Yes, I'll be there. Yay. Okay, dope. Yes, please. Yeah, I have 3 events planned, actually. So I'm doing an event at Hotworks. My work is letting me hold a breathwork event. I want to say it's 1 p.m. on a Saturday. I'll figure out the dates and let you know. But message me, and I'll shoot you all the dates for all the local events. I might even make a video about it. Y'all, this is so much fun. Thank you for letting me do this. Oh, that's so funny. You ever look back on your life and you're like, yes, this is right. This makes perfect sense. Everything led to right here. I don't know, sometimes I think it's funny. Of course. My pleasure. I'm glad it serves you. That makes me happy. Raised Mormon. Yep. Raised Mormon, faith crisis at 25. Yep. Our stories are parallel. I love your journey. Thank you for the book recommendations. Yes, check that one out. Also, another book. So, I have, like I said, I Am the Word. I recommend Gene Keys, which is amazing. And there's also a book called The Presence Process by Michael Brown. I don't want to say too much, but I invite you, if it calls to you, if it piques your interest. The Presence Process by Michael Brown has an insane, it's amazing. It's the easiest, most perfectly difficult thing you will ever do, and it's delightful. It's a delightful read, and an experience, so it's got some wisdom in there. So that one, Presence Process, I Am the Word, Gene Keys. I feel like if you you want to understand where I come from religiously, go study that, and then you'll understand. I couldn't even begin to tell you. Thanks. I like it too. I'm glad it serves. Yeah. I don't know, I feel like one of the rudest things you could ever tell somebody is that they have an ugly laugh. I've thought that my whole life, like as far as like the deepest insult you could give somebody. Because it's like when you're joyful and free and authentic, you know what I mean? Like how dare you, sir? Anyway. So thank you, I appreciate it. If you have any questions or you'd like me to speak to anything, I can do that. I like to talk. I like to share what I know. We may not have the exact same journey, but we have similar paths, right? We're all walking each other home, I'm saying. The beauty of I also heard, I want to throw in this nugget of wisdom, that in order to find out your purpose in life, you go to your deepest, darkest moment and find out what it was that you needed in that moment, and then figure a way to share it with others. How can you gift that to other people? And when I was at my darkest, I needed to be educated, I needed to be activated, I needed to have something to do, I needed to be like activated, I needed to be put in my body, and then I needed a way to integrate what had just happened. I feel like a lot of people are walking around telling us to be happy and telling us to let it go, but they don't give us any tools, any functional tools, other than just pretend it doesn't exist, which isn't healthy, you know? And so to teach people, educate, activate, integrate, those are things that I think just make sense. If you're trying to help somebody out of a dark place. And when I was at my worst, you know, there are hidden mysteries inside of simple breathwork practice. Gaining control of your breath, you gain control of the moment. You know, breathwork is fun. Yeah, you can breathe and feel lightheaded and like, oh, that was cool. However, a good steady practice of breathwork provides you the strength when you're fully triggered and all your emotions are just erupting and you're in this volcanic state, to take that moment and hold it and breathe through it and redirect towards the truth and be in choice instead of reaction. That is what I wish for you. That's what I hope this ends up leading to, because in my life those have been the most powerful moments. And whenever I'm like really sorely triggered, I always ask two questions. What's the truth? And what do I need? You know, if you're fully triggered, you're like, okay, the truth is I love you. The truth is we're not communicating effectively and I need to go for a walk. And it should never be what should the other person. You can't need somebody else to do something. It's victimized. You're playing the victim. If you want to set boundaries for you, you cannot do this in my house. That's different. That's a boundary. But I need you to not do that in my house. That's inappropriate. It's hard. I think that's what I love about this too, is there's such great paradox in it, where you can have both. In all great dichotomies, there's usually what's it called in physics? A triple point. It's when the pressure and the temperature are such that an object can be in a solid, liquid, and gas state. The triple point. The triple point is the paradox in physics, in three-dimensional reality. Anyway. Cool. Dope. I love it. Yes, thank you more, please. Yes, thank you more, please. Well, my friends, is there anything else I can do for you? Do you have any questions? Is there any other ways that I can better serve your highest good? I left the comments on tonight, and I explained far less than I usually do. And I don't know, I kind of liked it. I thought that was really fun. I love when you get lost. Yeah, good, because then we can be friends, because it happens. Yeah, sometimes, like, in a good thought, it's fun, like, when you share certain things, you'll feel it again. And that's a fun thing. The human mind cannot differentiate between something that is deeply, truly imagined and reality. If you recall a dream, in the dream, if you can bring your awareness to that place when you were in that dream. You believed it to be real. Everything that you saw felt real. There were tables and chairs, and you may have done things that defied physical laws, but it's because you weren't in physical reality. You were in this place where anything's possible. The other night I had a dream that I could fly, and it wasn't because I could like flap my arms, but the air was like as thick as water, and I just could feel like myself through intention and like force. I could just fly. And I love this song. Like all the souls you send here. So we're gonna end on this song. Share a little bit of moment together. If you are not familiar, this is a chant. Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. Ong, O-N-G, O-N-G, Ong. So your tongue goes to the back of your, like your soft palate. Ong is energy. Ong Namo is to bow or to say thank you. So you're saying thank you to energy, to divine energy, whatever you want to call it. Ong Namo. Guru is anything that leads from darkness to light, anything that enlightens or casts off shadows. Guru Dev Namo. Dev is divine. So anything that brings from darkness to light of the divine, Dev Namo. Thank you. Thank you to everything that brings from darkness to light. And if you want to join us, this is a chant. You are free to follow along. Remember, it's not about how you sound. Hum to yourself, but I invite you to feel the vibrations as you hum through your chest. There's some great science out there about humming, activating your parasympathetic nervous system. It gets you into a place of comfort and safety. So don't worry about singing, but just feel the hum and the buzz as it runs through your body. And if you're sitting, sit up nice and tall. If you're laying, lay flat, uncross your legs. Let your feet fall open. Taking your awareness to the breath, breathe nice and easy. Focus on the buzzing. Om Namo. Keep your awareness on the inside. Namo. If you want to direct your awareness between your eyes, do that. Om Namo. Drop any expression. Drop the grimace. Let your face just sit. Turning your awareness fully inside. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om I hope tonight finds you well. I hope your people are blessed and they are blessed by your presence. One of the beautiful things about love is it goes into spaces that do not deserve it, and it shines anyway. Love anyway. Because it's who you are. Anyone who spends any deep time inside, all you want to be is accepted. The light within you simply desires to shine. May every day bring you closer to putting your candle on a candlestick. To sharing your light, because the one thing that you have that makes you different than everybody else in all of existence is you have your perspective. You have your story. You have your heritage. And you have, in this moment, the opportunity always to tell a new story. May that power be ever present and ever experienced in your life is my prayer and my wish for you tonight. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. And it's because you deserve it. Until next time, my friends, I love you, I love you, I love you. Be well. Go drink some water, okay?